But what I did do was I went home that night. And when I went home, I locked myself in my bedroom. And for the next few hours, I was having the greatest life-changing encounter with what I know is Jesus Christ.
You can't hide from yourself. You can't run from yourself. You can't act like you don't know yourself. Lie to yourself all you want, but you still with yourself every time you go to bed at night. And you cannot get away from you. That's the truth.
So here it's been reduced, a lot of it where we live right now, Christianity, it's been reduced to attendance, to just being present, being around, being there. I think we're going to find something very interesting in this whole mantra, if we can call it, about humble, humility, and the appetite, the hunger that we have, and even the hustle. I think we need this, and we have to have it.
And it was weeping, and it was a plea for Jesus simply, God, please save my life. I don't want to be in this type of world anymore.
One thing he said to me, he said, what the self describes the self. One of the most powerful things I've ever heard in my life.
I guess hate seems to focus in on ill intention, on how we can inflict harm or pain, destruction, even hurting people and degrading people.
When he saved me, I started finally realizing that God really saves what's valuable.
So when I go and I want to be the negative guy and I want to project all of this about how my surroundings are horrible and how my friends are terrible and I want to be the gossiper about everybody and everything, it's simply a reflection in some way of how I'm viewing my own self. Jesus would say it this way. I think he says it better than anybody. He says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. You understand? Now see, I think that's very, very powerful when you start talking about what am I living out of?
The truth is, I think we can only give what we have received. And if I was to ask anybody for $20, they can only give it to me if they received it. The same thing with us. If we are ever going to love anybody, we must first be able to receive that love. If we're ever going to be able to forgive anybody, we must have been able to receive the forgiveness. And I believe this only comes from Jesus. He is the way, the truth, the life. He is the one that loves and forgives. And if we do not have it, I think we walk a slippery slope. And that thin line between love and hate exists. And we could be seduced by a hatred that is unseen, a hatred that rocks us, a hatred that causes us to do nothing.